It's Tuesday Hoops. Up next, the nightly triple-double threat. The chosen one, LeBron James and the Miami Heat go up against the Los Angeles Lakers and their five-time NBA champion shooting guard, Kobe Bryant. Heat, Lakers, NBA action.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Heat in this one. It's Laker basketball at the Staples Center. Beautiful day outside. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. Good Tuesday morning. Let's get this day started out right with the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. So here's Miami's starting group. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle. Mike Miller is out there with Dwayne Wade and LeBron. And for the Lakers, Kobe and Artest are the wingmen. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle. And Blake. Heat with a pretty good road record, Clark, last year. 23 wins away from Miami.
You know, given they only won 24 at home, it didn't seem to matter if they were on the road or not. Basically about the same team at home or on the road.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Chris Bosh added 20 pounds of muscle prior to last season. He'd heard people saying that he needed a true center to protect him inside, and he said, maybe I believed it. But finally, I thought, I can't wait on this imaginary figure who might come and make everything okay. Why don't I protect myself? So guys, he went to work, came back tougher than ever, putting up the best numbers of his career last year. Guys, back to you.
A little extra strength to go along with all that skill has made him even tougher to deal with. Thanks, Doris. Here's Kobe. Knocks down the open jumper. Here's LeBron. Here's Bosh. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers go with it the other way.
Bosh posted career highs last season in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage. That's impressive. He really came up big going into free agency.
Yeah, good season, didn't he?
Very strong.
Now Wade, following the three-point attempt by Kobe Bryant. Shoots from 12, and LeBron with the basket, the assist by Wade. LeBron's now got 5. Back to Gasol. Great anticipation. Lakers on D. It's a three-point game. And Clark, when you talk about Chris Bosh, he really hit the weights prior to the season. How much of a difference do you think that made in his game?
You know, I found whenever I trained hard and lifted weights, more than anything else, it was the confidence you gained from going through that kind of rigorous preparation. You just had a different mindset. That work created in your attitude an aggressiveness and a strength, and I think that's the greatest benefit any player gets from lifting weights.
That's an interesting point. It's stolen by Wade. Coach Phil Jackson, Clark, you know, you were telling me, born in Montana, and he flushes it through. Sprite Slam Cam with the replay.
Uh-oh, a little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. Here's Blake. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Wade picks him up. Inside to Gasol. Answers right back with a dunk of his own.
That's how you do it. That was a nice setup. I mean, the pick was in the right place, right where it should have been.
Followed the strategy that is mapped out on the sideline. Those timeouts mean a lot for these guys.
Yes, they do.
So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Bosh passes to Ilgauskas. Pulls up, high post. Shot is off. And the Lakers go with it the other way. Moments ago, Doris, you caught up with Phil Jackson. What do you have to say?
He got right to the point and told me they'll need to play a balanced inside-out game to negate some of their shot-blocking skills. He insisted that if you just try to pound it inside on them, they will hurt you without question, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
It's really a mindset, Kevin. You want to get into your defensive groove and find a way to stay there for the full game.
For LeBron James, last season ended with another tough defeat. This time, Clark, courtesy of the Boston Celtics.
And it's got to be frustrating for him, Kevin, to be the MVP, to have the best record in the league, but yet again, meet defeat before you can even get back to the finals. Disappointing.
Lamar Odom, he's checked in for the Lakers. Fisher comes in for Steve Blake. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Looking at this Laker team along with Dallas, LA have the best record against the East of all the Western Conference teams.
And Kevin, not surprisingly, those were your top 2 seeds in the West when the regular season came to an end.
Odom against Bosh. Odom against Bosh. Odom's shot, good. Odom's got his first 2 points.
He is an absolute beast off the low block. And whoever's guarding him, I feel sorry for him.
Going back to the Lakers' East record, having a good or even greater interconference record is a key to winning just at the beginning your division.
Yeah, and not only your division, but beyond that, Kevin, if you want to win the West, you need to be able to beat teams from the East, and that's exactly what they did.
And these conferences take great pride overall in the kind of teams they have, and I think right now it's fair to say that the West has a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I think that's been the case for most of the last decade when you take a look at it. Boy, this is fun to watch. This guy is putting on a show right now. He's making it look really easy.
Here's Fisher, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Gasol inside, Haslam on him. The shot's good from Gasol.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Some changes for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Artest. Vujacic comes in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. And the Heat making a change here. Here's Ilgauskas. LeBron outside. From deep. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. Here's Blake. 49 seconds left in the first. Pass to Bynum. Working on Ilgauskas. The shot's good from Bynum. Here's Chalmers. LeBron with it. With the shot. Another miss by LeBron. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 13-4 run. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Now Jones. From deep, 3-point. Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer! Knock it down! Right at the horn. Way to feed off the pressure, young man. Clock ticking down way behind the arc, and he still drains it.
And so the end of one sees some big buckets. Heat lead by 1.
They're making the extra pass and finding guys for open looks. I love the discipline they've shown in their offense so far.
Don't go away. Back in just a moment. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Brown. The league's marquee franchise players just love coming to L.A. Great market, Clark. Great organization.
Well, great history, too, and not to mention the championship trophies that are part of the Laker history and tradition, and it's easy to sell that because at the end of the day, Kevin, these guys are making a lot of money. They love playing the game, but they want to win. They want to be in a winning environment, in a winning culture, and nobody's done it much better in all the sports than the Los Angeles Lakers.
This is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle, and Stackhouse. The Lakers trail. Now Vujacic. No points for him. Wade picks him up. Here's Bynum. Flushes it in. We're all tied up at 19. And bringing up the Lakers, you have to mention the history of the franchise. As you go in the Staples Center, you look up in the rafters, you see the championship banners, you see the great names that have worn the Laker colors, the Laker uniform over the years. I mean, it really does. It's stunning.
It is stunning, and it also inspires you. And I think it raises you to a level to where you don't want to let that tradition or history down.
That's a great point. And, you know, people think that these young players perhaps don't have an appreciation for the past. I think that might fool some people. I think people might be surprised at how much they truly know about some of the great players that have been in this same uniform before them.
Yeah, exactly. And with the teams like the Lakers or even the Celtics, it's made apparent. Even if these young guys don't know, if they become part of that history, they learn quickly what's gone before them.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. Well, the Lakers, the victors in a hard-fought classic final series. Lamar Odom said it was so hard. I respect those guys so much. They made us work. And Phil Jackson saying it wasn't well done, but it was done. And we did it with perseverance. Guys, the Celtics took them down to the wire, but in the end, the Lakers just found a way to get it done. Guys?
A classic final series, Doris. Thanks. Here's Chalmers after the made shot from Andrew Bynum. Goes up, and the basket by Chalmers.
Again, they retake the lead. Incredible momentum swings. Neither team wants to give an inch.
Bosh against Odom. Here's Vujicic, and another three for the Lakers.
Well, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his second here in the quarter, after none in the first.
Timeout called, the Heat. And some changes here for the Lakers. Gasol is checked in for Bynum. Kobe comes in for Sasha Vujicic. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Shannon Brown. Then for the Heat, Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Bosh. LeBron comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Mike Bibby is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Here is Bibby. Here's LeBron. Takes it up. Great finish in traffic. LeBron's now got 18 points. So it's the Lakers now. Clark, some mixed results for the Heat last year against the Western Conference.
Yep, they were a perfect 500 against the Western Conference, Kevin. Given what the Magic did against the West last year, do you think the Heat would aim to improve that if they want to win the division?
Stackhouse. Here's Bibby. It's blocked. Here's Kobe. Covered by Stackhouse. On the wing, Kobe. Odom, back to Bryant. Clock at 4. And there's the dunk. Yeah, you know, if you look at it, Clark, those games against the West are a big part of the gap between those two teams in the standings.
And Kevin, you can't win your division unless you can handle your business outside of the division. And that includes games against the Western Conference.
Kobe Bryant, one of the true superstars of the NBA.
And he's been at this for a long time, Kevin. I mean, named by multiple sporting news organizations as the NBA Player of the Decade from 2000 to 2009.
What an honor.
A tremendous honor and well-deserved.
Here's LeBron after the basket by the Lakers. Here's Stackhouse. Miami no good on that time either.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
And Clark, Kobe, the first guard ever drafted straight out of high school, taken 13th in 1996 by the Charlotte Hornets and traded to the Lakers.
You know, Kevin, at that time, he was the youngest NBA player ever. Only 17 when they first acquired him. His parents had to co-sign his first contract.
Timeout called, the Heat. The Lakers making a switch here. Vujicic is checked in. Then for the Heat, Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslem. Miller comes in for Jerry Stackhouse. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Mike Bibby. Here's Wade. Now here's LeBron. He dumps it off. Goes up. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist from Miller. Wade's got 5 now.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
And here is Odom. And Bosh picks him up defensively. Gasol against Ilgauskas. 5 on the clock. Odom on the wing. Behind the arc. And it's Miller with the rebound. And so we wrap up the first half.
Take a look at what Kobe's done. He's got 6 points and 1 assist.
Lakers ahead, up by 4.
It's Tuesday in the NBA, and we're here with the HP Halftime Report to tell you all about it. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against Miami. Close-range shots, their bread and butter early on, a gigantic lead in points in the paint. Getting it done early, Andrew Bynum. And what a game from Kobe as well. And for the Heat, it's a grinded-out effort. They've played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. LeBron James is having himself a big-time performance. He's carrying the team, doing everything he can to put them over the top. These two have both turned in some great first-half basketball, and both in line for big games if they keep it up. And now we'll send you back to Staples Center for the start of the second half.
And as the quarter begins, both teams have been trading blows like prize fighters. A close ball game. Lakers leading by 4. The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remained to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answered that. Ron brought an element of toughness and physicality. Now, he can be a little wayward and a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions, but typically he overcomes that with his effort and his tenacity and his versatility, I think, at the defensive end of the floor.
And an older guy for a younger, promising, rising player like Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and in the context of the makeup of the Lakers team, I felt Phil Jackson and the coaching staff and the organization and his teammates felt that this would be a good added piece, and so far that's proven to be true.
Very good point. Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant in the backcourt. Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
And thinking of those changes with Artest, I suppose you can also say that both Artest and Ariza are so talented, it doesn't matter which is in there since they have such vast skill sets.
You know what? You can go both ways on that one.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because they are different players. It does change the dynamic of the team. I think Ariza was a consistent three-point threat as well as being an active, energetic defender. Ron has been a little more streaky at the three-point line, but the physicality and the toughness, there's an intimidation factor, I think, that Ron brings to the court that very few other players can bring. Nobody wants to deal with being guarded by Artest over the course of a ball game because he's frustrating, he's physical, and he relishes trying to get you off your game.
I would agree with that. Miami on D, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. You know, Kobe battled injuries last season, a broken index finger that became arthritic, but somehow he still found a way to lead his team.
Testimony to his will, Kevin. I mean, you think about it, 27 points a game, 4th in the league in scoring, cold-blooded, the best finisher perhaps in the league. When the Lakers need a big shot, he typically comes through.
Here's Kobe, 10 points for him. Here's Blake. Tipped.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their 3rd turnover in this quarter. Lakers leading by 3. These turnovers can pile up, like you were saying, Clark, and when you cough up the rock, you're forfeiting possessions.
Empty trips, we call them, Kevin, and that's exactly what they've been doing right now. You've got to be aware of where the defense is, and you also have to be ready to be patient and make good decisions with the basketball.
Shannon Brown. He's checked in for the Lakers.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He has 12 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything.
The free throw drops for Kobe. Here's Wade. He has 7. You know, Clark, considering the Heat were a team with so many free agents, a lot of whom knew they might not be coming back, they had remarkable chemistry in their locker room.
Yeah, I think that's a credit to the character of the players, but also the coaching staff. But they did a great job of playing unselfishly and focusing on wins over individual numbers. And I think you'd have to give a lot of that credit to the leadership of Dwayne Wade, quite honestly, Kevin.
And Kobe gets it to go. Kobe's got 15.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
Here's LeBron, and good as he lays it up and in. And Clark, to expand on what you just said, a lot of the free agents were established veterans. Teams know what they can do individually, so the best thing they can do career-wise is just win.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's a great point, Kevin. But also it speaks to the organizational leadership from the front office, and then you go into the locker room with Dwayne Wade. When the organization itself feels stable, I think the players can settle in and focus on the things that are going to give you the best chance to win.
Here's Brown, following the basket by Chris Bosh. Gets rid of it, and Bynum backing in. Blocked. The second effort, and he lays that one in. Bynum's got 8 points. Here's LeBron. He's got 20. To the paint, Miller. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
That's a great feed to find him inside. When you're willing to pass the ball, good things happen.
And here's Kobe from the arc, and another 3 for the Lakers.
Well, he's lighting it up, and that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
Wade outside. Now Stackhouse. On the wing, Miller. It's dumped off. Pass to Wade. And again, Miami with the triple.
Kev, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
Bynum with it. He's got 8. Easy shot. Kobe, no good.
Tough miss. They got a good look, just couldn't capitalize.
No good trying to beat the buzzer. We've reached the end of the third quarter in what's been an exciting game so far to watch.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? 18 points, and he's been able to hit the 3 ball, picking up 1 from deep so far. Boy, he was locked in that third quarter.
And we'll return momentarily. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. They put the clamps on in the second quarter, and, guys, that helped them go on this magnificent run.
Doris, thank you. Big scoring run there was the spark they needed.
Everything started to synergize, and once the ball was rolling, there was no stopping them.
Here's Chalmers. So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle. Chalmers is out there with Jerry Stackhouse and Miller. Here's Ilgauskas, stripped it away.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Outside, Kobe. Buries it. Kobe's got 20 points. Here's Chalmers. Miller with the ball. Here's Stackhouse. Fires from 14. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Chalmers against Fisher. Here's Gasol. Rips it down. Coming off the screen.
That's good execution there. I mean, use that screen to give yourself an alley to the basket.
Right, and they use it well. It's reading what's ahead of you.
Yeah, nicely.
So it's Miami now, after the basket by the Lakers. Now Miller. Ilgauskas, defended by Gasol. from the right block. And another basket for Miami. Here's Kobe. About 3.5 minutes left in the fourth. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the pick. They rule this one goaltended. Count the shot.
Good pick there to set up the layup. That's textbook offensive execution.
Some changes for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Gasol. Vujacic comes in for Kobe. And it's Brown in for Derek Fisher. And then for Miami, LeBron, he's checked in for Bosh. House comes in for Jerry Stackhouse. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Now here's LeBron. Out to Wade. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Sasha Vujacic.
We've seen D-Wade getting it done. He's got 10 points, and he's hit 2 shots from beyond the arc. A terrific offensive combination, setting up teammates and knocking down the deep ball.
Dwayne Wade. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Wade. No good on the second free throw.
Well, it's clear they've got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
Brown with it. Takes a three. And it's Wade with the rebound. Covered by Vujacic. From deep LeBron. Miami no good on that time either.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
And here is Brown. Back to Bynum. And there's the one-handed jam.
Took advantage of a little bit of lax defense right there.
Well, those chances are usually not going to go by the wayside. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. Another miss by LeBron.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Wade against Odom to the right wing. The three, a shot by Vujacic. And the Lakers lead by 10.
I'll tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there beyond the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that. Tighten it up out there.
A moment to check in with Doris first. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told them, hey, we're not playing our game here. We've got to get out on the fast break and push the tempo. We love to run. Let's go do it. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Pau Gasol is checked in for Bynum. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. Kobe's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Shannon Brown. The Heat making a switch here. Backing down is LeBron. Hanks it home. LeBron's now got 22.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Here's Kobe. And again, it's the Lakers.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
From down low, fires from 14, and Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Chalmers.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Now here's Kobe. Wade picks him up. Kobe against Wade. Shot clock at 5. 4 on the clock, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 10. 1:09 left in the game. Here's LeBron. Gets a good look. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin. Right there from mid-range.
Wade against Kobe. Wade picks him up. Kobe against Wade. Here's Miami now. Down low. And jammed in for two good eyes and hands there. Set it up.
That's a nice finish in transition, partner. That's exactly how you run the break.
The Lakers with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin. And so they will intentionally foul him. Here's Kobe. Here's Odom. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
Time is getting short now. If they don't get some quick points, game over.
And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Shoots over Kobe. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Chalmers. They close the gap to 4.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line of the Lakers, Kobe Bryant taking 2 shots.
Sinks the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Big foul there. He hits the clutch free throws and adds their lead.
Timeout called the Heat. They trail by 6. 22 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what's your take?
You have to be impressed by their tenacity. Still fighting, but the odds are definitely not in their favor. They need to hit a quick shot here, preferably of 3, and then foul.
Here's Chalmers. The 3 from LeBron, rebounded by Odom, and there's the intentional foul.
Heat foul call. Chris Bosh. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line of the Lakers, Lamar Odom. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Two for 2, and it's an 8-point ball game. And the Heat call time here. They're behind by 8. 16 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight. Because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this game.
Here's LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. 26 points for LeBron. That'll be a 5-second call.
Heat ball.
Here's Miller. Off the inbound pass. A rebound by Kobe Bryant.
You know, even though that one didn't fall, it isn't terribly out of his range. He can hit from that far on occasion.
That's his first personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line of the Lakers, Kobe Bryant taking 2 shots.
Sinks the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Here's Chalmers. On deep. He nailed that one from another area code. Wow! Now here's Kobe. And so the Lakers take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.